Hey boys, it's Henez. I'm back at you with a quick SJFS update for you. We won't be going into the project today. I've been doing a lot of just planning and organizing my thoughts and scrapping up ideas and making tiles and stuff, thinking about how I want to structure the first part of my game, thinking about how I'll go about a demo, that kind of stuff. And it's been slow and tedious work, so I don't have a lot to show, so I'm going to try and stretch this out to make a decent update. I'm going to start with plugging my Twitter again, because since the start of the year, it's the 8th right now, I've been uploading a piece of art every single day to Twitter. So there is no better time than now than to follow my Twitter at HenezMakesGames, and you can enjoy my lovely enemies that I put up every day. Look at this dude, it's a rat in a mage's outfit, and look, there's a mage's hat on his tail. Isn't that insane? And look, it's this guy and stuff like that. So if you're on your Twitter feed filled up with beautiful enemy art from my project, it's mainly enemy art because I try not to spend more than like 20-30 minutes on each of these, so it's perfect for like just waking up at the start of the day and just doing it before I think about the real challenges I've got for the day. So I've been quite enjoying that. It won't always be enemy art, it'll be some kind of art, just something I can show off. I'm going for a post every day, so yeah. And I'm at 99 followers, so wouldn't it just be perfect to hit that 100, you know? Thanks a lot, guys. The only other things I have is some tile work, so not much here has changed since you saw it in the game. I'm working on making the green a bit less painful on the eyes and have the browns contrast a bit better. I think it's too saturated, I think. Slowly learning about colors as I put them together. Yeah, it's playing tricks on my eyes with this shaded green next to this brown. I put some brown on the bricks here, so, you know, brown bricks, as though it's like being hit by a real strong sunlight. And I've also got like right here, I've got like a alternate tile using these flowery tiles for everything. Was a bit too intense on the eyes. I'm thinking about the nearby forests, which will be one of the earlier areas that you go into. For now, I'm going to use like a darker version of the same tile, so it's kind of like nighttime version almost right here. I've also added this kind of bush here. That'll be technically a tree, but I didn't think about it for the town because I was going to be kind of careful with my tree placement. But if I had like a lone tree tile somewhere, then none of the 3 sections of the tree would actually look good. If it's 2, one on top of each other, then I take like this branch, and then that works perfectly with this because they're like 2 tile high trees, right? The 3rd tile's there for overlap. I was starting to like just scribble on a big blank canvas how like the forest layout might be in a different file, and it has helped to have an alternative to the tree for if there's just one lone there, and that can like fill in the gaps. Yeah, and then there's going to be a deserty area I'm thinking of as well, so I've got these much brighter here, you know, kind of rocky sandy tiles, some moundy tile alternates up there. Bit of a change on the walls. I've been pretty conservative with my wall design so far, practically just reusing this every time because I don't know, it's just easy. But thinking about different stuff, thinking about indoors, I'll probably slightly change the color of here, but it's like I don't know, some kind of like ceramic tile fancy design. So that's it. I intend like a deserty town to not have walls really, so maybe it's got a brick wall that surrounds it, or it's just like all open-ended, because I've got the functionality now where, you know, if you walk off the side of the screen you can exit the map, so maybe it's just a big barren deserty area. But otherwise, I don't know, I'll come up with some rocks or something. And then just a few more here. You can see I've got these 3 here. It's going to be like a bit of a graveyard section. I've got this dead like collection of trees right here, so I was thinking for most of the vertical walls I could use the tree, and then for horizontal maybe I could use some fences, you know, a little gravestone. My same walls here. All this is kind of junk right now. I want like a different flooring for the interior, obviously, of a room or something, but I've been having a hard time with interiors, so I'm just going to leave it. Very flat and empty ground. I was thinking of some like stone steps here maybe for some paths into the graveyard or whatever. And then I was thinking that The graveyard will also have an underground pairing, kind of like our cliffs, and the caves within the cliffs have like a pairing, so go underneath and you can like run into the caskets, maybe some spooky endless holes like that, you know. I've got some religious symbolism right here. Right now it's just straight up, you know, Christian cross. I could make my own. Don't know how I want to tackle that stuff yet, but it's all good right now. Finally, right here, very grey, some kind of castle. I was thinking I have this floor tile. To repeat that everywhere might be a bit overbearing. Maybe I make the markings a bit more subtle or something, but I was thinking of having like a tiled floor would be cool. I've also got like some carpet here. This would utilize the tiling so that I could draw big squares with it. And some actual variations on the wall here. Maybe some symbolism for whatever the castle represents right there. It's very Soviet Union looking right now, but I'll come up with something. And then statues. I started this by taking the Downward Warrior sprite and just painting him grey, and then I just changed him up a bit. But yeah, so that's really all that I've got to show. If you want to see more enemy designs, follow my Twitter, because I'm posting there every day and it's mostly enemy designs so far. Yeah, I'll catch you in 2. Thanks guys.